Hello my little busybodies. I hope you are all having a lovely time at home and you're not getting too bored. So I thought that just to give you something to do, should we read another story? Okay, let's sing our song. It's story time again. It's story time again. Look at me and you will see it's story time again. Right, let's have a look at our book today. This is called A Squash and a Squeeze. Oh dear, we missed a page. Alright, here we go. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and a chair and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse, "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over a jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg. Oh dear, what a big mess. Look at it all squashed on the floor. And there's the goat eating the curtains. Then he sat down to nibble the table leg. Oh, look, now he is having a chew of the leg of the table. Naughty goat. The little old lady cried, "Glory me, it was tiny for two and it's tinsy for three." The hen pecked the goat and the goats got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Oh, look at that greedy pig. He's eating some carrots and he's made a big mess all over the floor. Oh my goodness. Oh. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore! It was tinsy for three and it's teeny for four." Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." Oh my goodness gracious me. "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. Oh, look at that silly cow doing a dance on the table. Oh my goodness gracious. Silly cow. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the windows and out flew the hen. That's better. At last I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house. It's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees, and it isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. Oh, look at the old lady. She's busy dancing around in her house, and all the animals over here are busy looking at her in the window as she's dancing around. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's a nice story. And it's the end.